Once upon a time, there was a young man named Rohul. He was a smart and ambitious guy who always worked hard to achieve his goals. But he had one weakness. He loved to talk. Rohul was famous for being persuasive and having a way with words. One day, he decided to seek advice from Gautam Buddha, a great spiritual leader. He traveled a long way to meet Buddha and asked, "Great Buddha, please teach me how to become as wise as you." Buddha smiled and said, "To be wise, you must first learn when to keep quiet." Rohul was puzzled and asked, "But Buddha, I thought talking was essential for success. Why should I be silent to become wise?" Buddha replied, "My dear Rohul, there are two situations in life where you must stay silent. If you can do this, you'll gain great wisdom." "What are those two situations?" asked Rohul. Buddha answered, "The first situation is when you are angry. When you're angry, your mind is clouded with negativity, and speaking will only make things worse. You must be silent and let your anger subside before you speak." Rohul agreed, "I understand. Great Buddha. What's the second situation?" Buddha explained, "The second situation is when someone else is angry. When someone is angry, they won't listen to you. Speaking at that time won't help. You must be silent and wait for them to calm down and be open to listening." Rohul was impressed by Buddha's advice. He decided to stay with Buddha and learn from him. In the following months, Rohul learned meditation, empathy, and mindfulness from Buddha. One day, while walking in the forest, Rohul heard a man yelling and causing a scene. The man was clearly angry. Rohul remembered Buddha's teachings and chose to remain silent. He observed as the man ranted and raved, waiting until the man had calmed down. After some time, the man looked at Rohul and asked, "Why didn't you say anything?" Rohul smiled and said, "I knew that your anger was clouding your judgment. I didn't want to worsen the situation by speaking." The man was surprised and respected Rohul's approach. He had never encountered someone like him before. From that day on, Rohul became known as a wise and respected person in his community. People sought his advice, and he spoke only when he had something valuable to say. As the years passed, Rohul grew old and decided to visit Buddha one last time. He thanked Buddha for teaching him the wisdom of silence in two situations, which had changed his life and made him a better person. Buddha humbly acknowledged Rohul's gratitude, reminding him that the wisdom ultimately came from within himself, and Buddha was merely a guide. Rohul spent the rest of his days sharing the wisdom of silence with others, becoming a great teacher and mentor. His words inspired countless people, and his teachings were passed down through generations, guiding many to live mindfully and compassionately. One day, a young man named Sujit discovered Rohul's teachings during a challenging time in his life. He sought to learn more and traveled to the monastery where Rohul once studied under Buddha. There, he found kind and wise monks who helped him study the teachings of Rohul and practice mindfulness and compassion. Sujit left the monastery feeling transformed, with a deeper understanding of himself and the world. He knew that Rohul's teachings would be his guiding light for life.